I thirst for that. John's letting us know at the cross, it is finished. And so am I with this. It is finished. The word is one word in Greek, tetelestai, which doesn't necessarily mean a lot to us, but it meant a real lot to the people in Jesus' day, because it was one Greek word that was used in a variety of situations. Tetelestai was something that a merchant would say when he paid for something. He would, whatever he was purchasing, whatever he was buying, he would buy, and then when he paid it in full, not partial payments, but when he paid it in full and it was done, he would say tetelestai. Paul says you've been bought with a price. You don't even know how enslaved you've been to sin. And I have redeemed you, Jesus says. I am the merchant who has bought you. The price was my own life. I've paid it. Tetelestai. It's finished. You're free. You can keep doing it if you want, but you don't have to. You're not a slave any longer. You've been bought. When Paul says that to the Corinthians, you've been bought with a price, his inference in the passage and in the Greek is like you've been like a prostitute who's been pimped out. I've taken care of the pimp. I've paid him everything he could ever possibly want from you. You're free. You don't have to do that anymore. Woman, where are your accusers? They're gone. Exactly. Just go. Enjoy the life that I created you to live. So merchants would use tetelestai. An artist at the end, or a writer, composer, they would use that word tetelestai. You know, like at the end of the movie it says the end? Mm-hmm. Tetelestai. It was common to put that at the end of your composition, your novel, whatever. Tetelestai. It's done. It's finished. It's kind of interesting that Paul in Ephesians 1 talks about God is gathering everything together. In the Greek, it gives the picture of somebody recapitulating a story. In other words, you read the whole book. Now, let me tell you the essence of the book so you understand what it's all about. Paul says that's what God's doing now. Because I'll tell you what, we're all very confused as we go to page 637. And he said, no, listen. In the Spirit, God will tell you the whole story. The story is done. It's finished. It's over. It was peaked and it was done in His Son. And if you listen, I can tell you what this has all been about. Artists. A priest, we talked about looking for the lamb without spot or blemish. When they found one, they said tetelestai, and then they sacrificed it. The significance is profound when you look at that one word, the way it was used in Jesus' day, and all the different things that were going on at the cross. The last one, when a servant was given a task, they would go away and they'd do it, and when they came back, they would say to their master, tetelestai, it's done. I did what you told me to do. That statement, it is finished, wraps up everything. Not just the cross, the entire mission and message of Jesus wraps it all up and says it's finished. Again, it's not I am finished. It is finished. All of this nonsense is finished. There will be suffering. Jesus guaranteed us that we would suffer. But in our suffering, in our thirst, we'd be able to have one, the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, who would quench our thirst.